Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a second trimester update. I think the last video that I posted was my pregnancy announcement and first trimester update along with the sex reveal that we found out. So if you haven't seen either of those videos, I will link them down below. If you're interested, you can pause this and come back to it. I just wanted to share my second trimester update now that I am in my third trimester. I will be 32 weeks tomorrow, which is Monday. So the first trimester I was very exhausted. I had food aversions, I was irritable, anxious, and I also had a lot of nausea. So the second trimester, the food aversions and the nausea pretty much went away like magic. It was like the best thing ever because I was so sick of not being able to eat anything, nothing sounded good, and I just always felt like sick to my stomach with the first trimester. I never threw up or anything like that, but just nothing sounded good to me and I just really could not eat. So, out of breath already from only talking for like 2 minutes. So the second trimester, I was able to eat more. I didn't really have much of an appetite, but I was able to eat without any nausea or anything like that. I was still very tired and very exhausted every single day pretty much, and I don't know if that's just the pregnancy and I have a toddler and I work full time or all of that combined, but I was still very tired. I also developed pretty bad acid reflux, which I had that with my first pregnancy, but I had it way worse with this pregnancy, and so that was not fun. It was like after every time I ate I would have heartburn and it just was terrible. I hated it. Luckily, I don't experience that now. If I do, it's like very rare now that I'm in my third trimester. So they say that if you have a lot of heartburn, then your baby will have a lot of hair, which, like I said, I had it with my first pregnancy, not as much as this pregnancy, but my daughter did not have a ton of hair whenever she was born, so I guess we'll see what happens with this baby. The other symptoms that I had nose bleeding, which I had that with my daughter too, which this may be TMI, but that's another symptom that I had in my second trimester that definitely came back. Not to the point where I was like runny, but just whenever I blew my nose, and it's still kind of like that, but not as bad as in the second trimester. So let me know if you've had that too, because I don't know if it's common or not, but I guess it's from the extra blood flow going on, I believe. So I had that as well. And then I also developed And then another symptom that I had was round ligament pain, which came on, I want to say like towards the middle to end of the second trimester. But anytime I would like move a certain way or try to get up a certain way, the round ligament pain was very, very painful. It's like a very, very bad cramp like on your side or lower abdomen. So yeah, those were like the main symptoms that I had in my second trimester. So the main ones were probably just being exhausted and heartburn. So within the second trimester, I did start to feel the baby kick, I want to say around 18 to 20 weeks. And then I had to go back on my Instagram to look at my updates, but at week 23, my husband was finally able to feel the baby kick as well. So if you're wondering when you might start feeling the kicks, then for me, this time around, it was around 18 weeks. I think with my daughter, it was a little bit earlier than that. I want to say like 15 weeks, but I could be wrong. At 20 weeks, we did have our anatomy scan, ultrasound, and we got to see the baby move, and they're very active. I'm just saying they because if you haven't seen my gender reveal yet, then go check that out. But they're very active, and they wouldn't like stop moving to the point where we couldn't see certain things, but everything turned out fine. Out of breath. I can't talk for a long period of time without getting out of breath. So we also got to find out the baby's sex from that anatomy scan. We didn't find out at that appointment, but we had her write it down, and then we found out that night, which the video is up. I will again link it down below. So that was very exciting as well. The only other thing that I can think of was I had my blood glucose test. I want to say it was like the last week of my second trimester, maybe the week before the last one, which is the 1 hour test that you have to get where you drink that sugary drink and then wait for an hour, and then they test your blood sugar. So I did end up failing that one, and then going into my third trimester, I had to get the 3-hour one, which you drink a even stronger or even sweeter drink, and you have to get your blood tested like every hour for like 3 hours. So that was not fun. I did actually end up failing that one as well, which I was not expecting because I fasted. I guess that doesn't really make a difference, but I did fast with my daughters as well, and I passed that one. So, I guess they just say every pregnancy is different. They did diagnose me with gestational diabetes, which I might make a whole nother video on if you're interested, especially with me being vegan and how that's working out and just everything about that, because I looked on YouTube trying to find videos, and I didn't find much related to being vegan and having gestational diabetes, or really not too much around gestational diabetes at all. So I might make a whole nother video around that. If you're interested, then let me know down below. But yeah, I will probably talk more about it in my third trimester update towards the in a few more weeks. But that was pretty much everything that happened in my second trimester. So I will probably talk a little bit more about that in my third trimester update, and I can also make a video separate around that by itself as well. But that was pretty much everything that happened in my second trimester. So, all the symptoms, we had our anatomy scan, we found out the baby's sex, and then I had my glucose test. So kind of a lot happened, but I feel like the second trimester flew by compared to my first one. Maybe it's because I didn't have like the, food aversions and things like that, but it really did go by fast. So tomorrow I'll be at 32 weeks. And if they're anything like their big sister, she came at 37 weeks, so we don't have too much time to go. We did get the nursery pretty much set up for the most part. My husband still has to paint, but he did build the furniture, so we have the crib set up and the 2 dressers in there. And I want to get some things to hang up, but for the most part it's pretty much done. So that's another thing that we did. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for an update. Here is what I look like now. So much bigger than when you last saw me on here, but I share bi-weekly bump pictures on my Instagram. If you're not following me on there, it's vegan_wife_life. I'm on my stories pretty much every day, sharing food and just life in general, and pregnancy updates and everything like that. So, sorry, I'm really out of breath. So if you're not following me on there, and if you would like to see more updates, then definitely start following me on there, because I share more than I do here on YouTube. But that's pretty much all I have for an update for my second trimester. I will make a third trimester update as well, and then I'm thinking about making another one about gestational diabetes and being vegan and the struggles with that. So if you're interested in that, let me know, and I can definitely do that. And I do have an Aldi's taste test video that I never posted, but it's from like a couple months ago, that I would like to post, even though I'm pretty sure the product isn't there anymore, but I do still want to post that. So if you have any other videos that you would like to see from me, let me know down below. If you want to see like what I eat in a day with being vegan and having gestational diabetes, then that's something that I can do as well. I've kind of been eating the same things every day, to be honest, but I'm trying to switch it up a little bit more to make it a little bit interesting. So if you're interested, let me know. Like I said, I do share what I eat on my Instagram page and on my stories as well, so go follow me on there. If you have any questions, let me know down below. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on anything on my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye!